I'm not going to do a clever intro today. I'm actually just going to ask you to stay tuned. We're doing a little bit of a snack taste test right now, but I have a very fun, super cool project that I'm working on with some of my friends, and I'm kind of proud of it. So just make sure that you've clicked that subscribe button, and let's get into trying some weird candy. Welcome back to my nightmare. So today, I'm being lazy, but also I should probably film this before these go stale. My mom bought me some fun new candy bars because that's apparently our bonding activity now, is buying stuff for my YouTube channel. But that's okay. That's why I live here, to spend more time with my family, you know. Yes. Anyway, so I thought it would be fun to try the Fruity Pebbles chocolate bar, the Cocoa Pebbles chocolate bar, and the Lime Kit Kat. I have high hopes for this. This better be good. And while I do so, someone really enjoyed my Renaissance Fair audition. So I thought I'd tell you about another thing that I did that you're encouraged to do in acting school, but I'm not sure is actually a great idea. Actually, it was a fantastic idea. I regret nothing. Ha! So, let's start with the Cocoa Pebbles. So here's the thing. After that Renaissance Fair audition, I got kind of depressed a little because I hadn't done theater in 20 years, and that was like the second audition, maybe the third that I'd been on after having a break. That was like a pretty significant break. And I was much heavier now. I'm much heavier now than I was in school when I was doing auditions before. And I had been turned down. You know, I had a community theater one turn me down. I had a community theater musical turn me down. I had the Renaissance Fair turn me down. I was devastated. And then I finally get cast in this one musical in the ensemble. It was a really good time. Made a lot of friends. But there were just like, you know, when you come down from something and you're so into what you're doing, you kind of want to keep that momentum going. There's this reality that actors only spend there was like backstage said actors only spend 5% of their careers acting and the rest of it is doing other stuff. And I'm just like, I just want to be on stage. Don't you think I deserve to be on stage? But so we get done this one musical. So there were auditions for a pantomime. And I decided to go out for it. Literally one musical closed, and I decide I'm going to go out for this pantomime. All right, now this is what the chocolate one looks like. Look good? This should have been good. And it's not. Why is it so sticky? Imagine, if you will, bad chocolate. Like the really sweet Easter stuff that's probably just brown something. And it's supposed to be a crunch bar, but instead it has half soggy cereal stuck into it. And that is what the Cocoa Pebbles chocolate bar tastes like. Where was I? Oh, the story. All right. So I decide I'm going to go out for this pantomime. Now, a pantomime is something that you see kind of over in England, I think. They do them more around the holidays. It's a tradition. It's a farce. There's musical numbers. It's usually like popular songs and Broadway songs. And so I go out for this pantomime. The location of this show is almost 2 hours from my house. Almost. I'm going because I want to be around some of my theater friends that are also auditioning. I have no intention of ever getting... I've been turned down at this point for everything except one thing. So I'm just assuming I'm going to audition and I'm not going to get in. The thing is, though, on my resume, I say I can tap dance. Because back in 2006, when I was still studying theater at school, at college, they said, lie on your resume. My director would tell me these stories about how he once said he could juggle on his resume, and he got a part based on the fact that he could juggle, and if he didn't just spend every night after that audition in his hotel room learning how to juggle, then, and that's how he became an actor, or some stupid rendition of that story. So I said I could tap dance. I said I had taken a couple years of tap dance. And I put it as like kind of beginner intermediate. Like I was like in the middle. I'm like, I can tap dance. When I was 5, of course I could tap dance when I was 5, and I took those classes. But they didn't need to know when I took the classes. So I said I could tap dance. Fruity Pebbles. And the thing is about me as a singer is I'm loud. I don't think I sound good. I am very confident in how bad of a singer I am. I was told by my middle school and my high school teachers how awful I am at singing. But I'm loud. I'm a belter. Gosh, I don't even think I know any public domain songs I could give you an example. I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying to. So I go into this audition, and I have felt in my bones that I'm going to flop. I'm like, no, it's not. This isn't gonna happen. But something does happen. I'm scared of this one. Look, like they're in there, and I know that's the point. It smells a lot more like Fruity Pebbles than that smelled of chocolate. That just was a terrible Crunch Bar. That's all that was. I have high hopes for you. This is everything I wanted it to be. The white chocolate is kind of salty a little bit. But the Fruity Pebbles are so, like, sour that it's giving me those, like, the jaw clenchies. That was good. I'm excited about that one. I know no public... It's so freaking weird. I don't know any public domain songs. Is Danny Boy public domain? I had an ex-boyfriend that I mention sometimes who actually did apparently like my rendition of Danny Boy. But I'm loud, and I belt, okay? So, like, for instance, I go into this audition. And an audition is a job interview. You should dress professionally when you go on an audition. But I have this dress that's covered in giant moons and stars. I made it out of a shower curtain, and it makes a rustling noise when I move. And I had this theory about this dress that I cannot get turned down while wearing it. Now I can, absolutely. I'm not stupid. But I had worn it to audition for the first musical and got the part. And I dressed sassy. I had like fishnets under this moon and stars dress, and I got cast, which is what I wanted. I got the part, I got the ensemble part that I wanted. And so I go into this audition wearing my moons and stars dress, and I'm like, they're not gonna cast me. And I'm wearing like this dress, and I go in and I let out this like belting audition because that's the only thing I know how to do at this point. And I'm loud. And on my resume, it says I can tap dance. And I get cast in the ensemble. And I decide it's worth driving the 2 hours to go be around these people because my friends were cast and I wanted to hang out with people that made me feel good. I loved the director. I loved some of the other cast members. I loved the props person. Like, I just wanted to be around people that made me feel like I was part of a family. Because that's what theater is. Like, we're all family. We might fight sometimes, but we are all family. And I get to, like, midway through the rehearsals, and they start emailing me about being there for this tap number. And I don't know how to tap. Like, it's the worst. And I'm just standing there, like, all grumpy. I get really grumpy when I've done something to make my life difficult, and I know it's my fault, and I'm just like, oh man, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? And so I'm learning to tap, and they're really sweet. Like, the other actors are trying so hard to teach me, and it's hard because at the time my job required an evening shift once a week, so I was missing a couple of rehearsals, and I would come back in and they'd always like start with the tap number. And they would be trying to like catch me up on the tap number, and I'm just sitting there going, why did I tell you I could tap? And I tried in the emails, like, I'm not gonna lie, I did try a little bit. I was like, well, I exaggerated my tap talent a little bit. Like, I have a background in dance, which isn't a lie. It's not a lie. I took like a mixed dance class when I was 18 for a couple months. Like, I did, like, I'm better at ballet, even though I can never remember the names of the positions. And I did like ballet and it combined ballet, tap, and jazz, I think, were the 3 dance styles that were combined. But they say, Megan, we need people. You have to do the tap. And I'm just sitting there going, I don't want to do this. Like, I'm not good at dancing. And I actually do really like dancing. I just don't think I'm great at dancing. So here I am, this kind of plus size nerd that has like no kids. Like, there's kids in this, right? And I'm like a very adult, you know, like, I'm like not safe for kids, like, based on the language. Like, I have problems. The amount of times I have to cut out the F-bomb on this channel is ridiculous. If you ever see a weird jump cut where it's like a 2-second, like I'm in the same position, but it's just like a I cursed and I had to cut it out. So I'm like trying really hard to be PC, and I'm trying really hard to tap dance, and the only saving grace is that 1, my friends are there, so they're making this really easy on me, and 2, I get to be a boy villager, not a girl villager. So that was awesome. This is the lime one I'm really excited about. I hope it's sour. I'm so excited. It smells kind of like... It smells like Fun Mallows. If you've never had them, they're flavored marshmallows. They're miniature, usually. Mini marshmallows. They're fun colors. Like all the colors of the rainbow. But they're supposed to be fruit flavored, but they're not. They're just one fruit, baby. Like, they're just sour. I love Fun Mallows, and that's what this Kit Kat smells like. Oh, I love that smell. All right. Okay. I don't like it as much as I like the Fruity Pebbles one. The Fruity Pebbles one really let the cereal do more of the talking, whereas this is a very waxy coating feeling chocolate, and the white chocolate I feel is a little too sweet, and because of the Crispies inside, it's like taking away from the lime almost. It does taste like pie though. Like, it definitely gets the key lime pie flavor through, but I would prefer something that's just more lime flavored than key lime pie flavored. Like if it had been lime flavored Kit Kats, I probably would have liked it. P.S. I'm trying to find those banana ones. The banana caramel ones are like $40 to ship from Japan to here or something, according to Amazon. But I want them. So if anyone sees those, please let me know where they are because I will go buy them. So anyway, so the show opens and I'm having trouble at work because it's getting a little busy. And I just remember I caught a cold like around the time of the show, because of course I did. It's Christmas and I can't have nice things. So I have a cold. And it was literally the last show I did before everything locked down. But I've got and it was the only show I've ever been in where we had I think we had 3 weeks. Like we had 2 weekends and then we had a third weekend 2 weeks later. And because community theater, you only get a 2 weekend run, kind of, you don't do this forever. It's kind of like the grown up version of a high school play where you just get the 2 weekends. So we do, and it was really cool though, because we had Saturday matinees as well. So we had I've never had a Saturday and a Sunday show. So we had each weekend had a Thursday rehearsal, or Thursday show, Friday rehearsal, or no, Thursday rehearsal or Thursday performance. I can't remember, but we were full dress on Thursday, and then it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it was 4 shows. I loved it. I was sleeping in the costume room, between shows, chilling with my friends, and the little kids were funny, they said funny things, and it was all around a good time. It was a really good way to it was a great way to spend Christmas, honestly. It was great. Especially for me. I don't do a lot during holidays, so it was a good holiday experience. But so yeah, the big weekend comes and I'm dressed as a boy villager in the cutest little boy villager outfit. And I have a top hat, which I still own. I still have my top hat. That was actually that was mine. I brought that. And it occurs to me and one of the other adults who was in the show that we both wear glasses and we can't see without them. And also we have nowhere to put them because anywhere backstage that we could put them, they might get smashed. And one of the, and for a little while I was leaving them in my purse because I just didn't renew my contact prescription. So I just didn't have them and I didn't have the money to buy more. I know I spend a lot of money on this channel, but I'm actually pretty broke. Just on weird, leave. It's fine. It will be fine. It's going to be fine. But I didn't buy my contacts. So I had my glasses. She had her glasses. We'd been rehearsing in our glasses. And then we realized that we couldn't wear them on stage. So one night I forgot to leave mine in my bag. And I don't know where I think she had hers tucked on the hook of her bra inside her shirt. And I couldn't figure out, mine weren't staying. They kept popping back up and we are literally about to walk on stage. So I just lifted my top hat, shoved my glasses under, and then slammed my top hat back down on my head. But I can feel them wiggling because they're not they're not this. They're sitting like this on top of my head. So it's only the second night or the third night. And I've got these glasses wiggling inside my top hat as I'm trying to tap dance, knowing full well I already didn't know how to tap dance. They've given me a crash course in and the worst part is we were coming out in 2 separate lines and I was the third person in the first row. I guess I did a good enough job. They're like, Megan, you're going to be in front. Megan, go up front. Megan, you're going to be in the front line. And I'm like, I don't think this is a good idea. And then luckily my hat didn't fall off. It threatened to once on day 5 when I figured out this was working. It threatened to fall off once. And I still put them in my top hat every night because I couldn't, because my brain really likes routines and it gets upset when the routine is broken. So once it happened once, it was sunk in, that's it, locked, that's where they go. And I just have just such fond memories of tap dancing in borrowed shoes, because I didn't even own tap shoes. One of the producers lent me hers, which is a miracle because my feet are huge. So the fact that this woman even had size 10 tap shoes is insane. But I've always I want to buy a pair of tap shoes, and I want to try and teach myself with some YouTube videos, because I did have an insane amount of fun. It was just one of those funny things that, like, you know, shouldn't have happened but did happen, and I'm just in love with the fact that it happened. And I came away from that knowing even more people and having even more friends, and then getting to spend time at Christmas. I don't celebrate Christmas, but getting time, like holiday time, with my other friends that were in it, and then learning to tap dance, being taught how to tap dance, and then just the absolute chaos that can be a show. Like, it was, yeah. And I had to have my glasses to see, like, behind stage, because I couldn't be wandering around blind backstage. It's really dark back there. There are very little lights, if any, you know. I mean, there's some, but not a lot. It's pretty much just black backstage, and you kind of have to find your way around. And I don't know. I hope that cast had as much fun with me as I had with them, because that was like one of the best experiences of my life. And I can't wait to do it again. Like, if they hold auditions, I think I'm going to audition for the Panto again, because it was fun. But yes, that was my tale of why you shouldn't lie on resumes, but also you should, because, you know, I didn't know how to tap dance, but I kind of do now a little bit, and I did do the number the way that they wanted me to do it. So if you push yourself and try, you can kind of do anything, really. Maybe be a little bit more careful. Next time I might tell you about my director who keeps telling me I need to stop taking roles without reading scripts, because I keep landing in some really sticky situations. Because I just don't read the script. I just go, okay, I want to be on stage. That sounds good. And then I go, uh-oh. I put myself in a place I shouldn't be. I'm sorry. So, you know, take my advice or don't. But I think I do have to declare a winner today. This Fruity Pebbles one. Go out to Walmart and get yourself a Fruity Pebbles candy bar, because this is good. Tastes kind of like Fruit Loops, though. If you like this video, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing it with your friends, going outside, getting a candy bar of your own, drink some water, take a walk, maybe take a nap, and I'll see you next time. Bye.